guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to show you a few features that the Canon EOS M50 has. The main features I wanted to show you how to use today is the 120 frames per second as well as the time-lapse capability. These two settings within the camera can be a little bit confusing on how to get to it, so I want to do a quick video on how to get to it. So what you want to do first is you want to go into your camera itself, to the top of it right here. Go ahead and select the video function like I already have right here. And once you get back to that, bring your camera to the menu settings by clicking the menu button right here. Once you go into the menu settings, you'll have your camera here, and then you want to make sure the selection is 1. The next place you want to go is go into movie record quality, and this is going to be where exactly you set all your 30 frames, 24 frames, and 60 frames per second. Pretty simple, but the only difference in this is you can't go into 120 frames per second by selecting it like these options here. You actually have to go back out of it using the menu, and then we're going to go to high frame rate. Now the high frame rate is basically the 120 frames per second, except it doesn't really tell you exactly what it does, so we'll go ahead and enable that. Once we enable it, it shows you that it's doing the 1280 by 720, which is 720p at 120 frames per second, and then we'll go and select OK. Alright, once that's done, we'll go back to menu, and we have our 120 frames per second, and I'll show you exactly how to record something for testing or just anything in general. Okay, now that we have our 120 frames per second ready, I'll show you guys a quick cool way to test out the footage itself. And all you want to do is when you're in the 120 frames per second, click the record button, and something as small as dropping this little piece of plastic. Alright, once that's done, we'll click stop on the record, go back to your play, and then you can see how it looks in slow motion. Alright, okay, now we're going to go back and I'm going to show you guys how to do the time lapse. It's fairly simple as well. All you have to do is go back to your menu settings, the same location. Go ahead and go down to the bottom right here and click the time-lapse movie. Now when you go into here, it's pretty much going to give you one option to enable. You want to click the disable on the time-lapse, and then it gives you 3 options. One is where you shoot movies with subjects such as walking people, slow changing clouds, or if you're shooting slowly changing scenes, like if you're shooting nighttime and daytime. The cool thing that I did notice about this is that you do have the option to turn the screen off as you're doing time lapse. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select the scene 1, and we're going to go back, and we're going to hit menu 1 time just to go back to our main menu. Alright, so as you see right here, it's got 300 frames it's going to take over that amount of time, and pretty much it's going to take those 300 frames per second. It's going to be wherever you want, and then it'll give you this option as you record, and I'll show you how that looks. So once you do the record, it gives you the option to turn your screen off, and I think that's a pretty cool feature because that will actually save you battery time in the long run. So then we'll turn it back on, and it's that simple, guys. Luckily I finished this video right before the battery died, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know it's pretty simplified. I know that this camera, it's got a lot of things going out for it, but I want to show you guys a quick few things that can help you get your way into the videography standout. The cool thing about this camera is it's got 120 frames per second and the time-lapse built in. This is the first camera that I had that doesn't have Magic Lantern that has all of that. So I'm pretty excited. This little guy is amazing. Feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Very simple. And if you guys like this camera, if you pick it up, let me know what you guys think. If you have anything that you want to suggest in the video as well, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.